Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to 5 Health Secrets to Full Body Bliss in 2017. I'm Afia Yana. I am a certified holistic health coach, a therapeutic yoga instructor, an actress, and a model as well. And I'm passionate about health, about helping people feel the best, the most alive, the most vibrant, and the most blissful in their bodies. For me, it's been a journey, let me tell you. To be strictly honest and very vulnerable, my path began a long time ago where I suffered for over half of my life from really intense seasonal depression. All the depressions. Yeah, gosh. Binge eating, emotional eating, disordered eating, just not feeling good and not feeling comfortable in my body. So my path and my challenge that I've taken on in my life is to learn and use nutrition and use mindfulness and healing tools as a practice to feel my very best and my most blissful in this body and in this life that I have. That is such a blessing. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I know that some of you are here from the Eventbrite, and so I'm very excited about that. And so basically, we're going to take some time today to unpack and biohack your body with a health orgasm. So by biohacking, I basically mean finding tips and tricks and little secrets that can make you feel the best in your body and make you feel the most vibrant and alive. So this is what I call stepping into your full body bliss. So it's been very funny with the idea of a health orgasm. Basically, it's full body bliss. It's finding ways to live deliciously, to live delectably, and to live divinely. It's basically feeling your most empowered and your very best from the inside out. So specifically today, now that the holidays are over, there's no excuse anymore as we step into 2017 to carry this bloat and this inflammation with us any longer. It's time to say enough is enough, people. Enough's enough. So it also, as we're moving into the new year, and this very powerful and interesting shift that the country of America is going through. I won't go into that a lot today, but I'm really hearing from a lot of people that I know that people really need to beat the overwhelm, and people are really feeling overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed, conflicted, just a lot of different things. So the New Year's, in particular, on this Gregorian calendar cycle, it marks an opportunity to make a fresh and powerful start, to make fresh and powerful changes in your life and in your body. And if you've ever been a person to make a New Year's resolution, you may have tried and may still be very successful right now with finding ways that you can live powerfully, create a opportunity for change, and stick to it. So in this bit of time we have together now, we're going to unpack ways to start to powerfully biohack the new year. So the first tip, the first health secret is to eat real food. Eat clean and eat real food. The body is this powerful, amazing, complex, juicy machine, and she needs to be powered, in my case, she needs to be powered by clean food. And I think it's so interesting that we live in this time where there's so much food that is labeled, packaged, put on a shelf, processed inside and out, and it is described as food, when actually it's alternative food substances. It's not even food, what a lot of us are eating and powering ourselves off of. It's I know we live very busy lives. We all do many more than one thing. We have many functions in the relationships that we have, in our families and our work relationships, and it gets very complex. And it seems like the easy thing to do is just to grab that thing off of, I've been there, where you're driving somewhere or you're really, really busy and you're hungry, and then you've got to put gas in your car, and then next thing you know, you walk into that little 7-Eleven, whatever, corner store and gas station, and you're looking around and you're starving, ravenously hungry, and you want to put something into your mouth hole and eat it and consume it. And it's really important to be aware and conscious of the choices that we're making and the foods that we put into our body, because those are the things that fuel and nourish us from the inside out. So I challenge you in this first health secret to just be aware of eating real food, eating clean food, eating unprocessed foods, eating whole foods. And that just means something that typically would have less than 3 ingredients in it. So if it's rice, that's a great whole food. If it's an apple, that's a great whole food. If it's the super amazing popular food that's out there today, if it's kale, finding ways, look, we're in this amazing world of YouTube now where you can listen to anything. All this information is at our fingertips, right? And so it's recipes, blogs, information overload. So for all the time that we spend just blooping through Instagram and through Facebook and just wasting our time, being conscious of the sources of information we put in our body, and also being aware of the quality and the source of food that we're putting in our body. So that means eating, if you have the blessing of being, as I do, in this beautiful California, eating locally, eating foods that you know are seasonal and local. If you, like so many of my beloveds out there, are on the East Coast, where I know I grew up, eating seasonally and eating fresh is a very big challenge. So just being aware of, there are health food stores, there's on the East Coast, there's all types of stores that you can get really good clean, whole foods. So eating whole foods is going to fuel your body and also give you a whole different relationship with how you're feeling. It on top of it has less salt, less preservatives. If you look at the label of something and you don't know if you can't pronounce it, that's what I'm saying. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. There's a reason for that. That means it's been made in a lab and it is not real food, and we don't even know what it's doing to our body. I think we're in a very interesting time right now where there are so many foods that are chemically engineered and made by, it's a big business out there that is a corporatized business that is making money off of our health. And we're so new into the science of some of this food that is being put on the shelves, we don't even know how it interacts with our body. So as much as possible, eating healthy foods, eating organic if you can. If not, find the list that is called the clean, basically it's a clean eating list that allows you to find the dirty dozen of food that you do not want to put into your body if it's not organic, or the clean 15, the 15 foods that you can eat that are okay to put into your body. It's very easy. Perhaps I will even place a link at the bottom of this for you to look it up. And another thing with clean eating is eating superfoods. Superfoods are amazing. They're one of my favorite things. There's so many different sources of them. Superfoods could be considered quinoa. It's an amazing superfood. And why? It is one of the only grains that is a complete protein. Pretty amazing. Where most grains are just a grain by themselves and a carbohydrate. That's why a lot of cultures eat rice and peas together, because the rice is a carbohydrate and the peas are a protein, and together they make a complete protein. So the beauty of quinoa is that it is this amazing complete protein, and it really fuels our body. And the Aztecs and the Incans were around for a long time before us, so they know, and perhaps we can learn some things from them. Also, there's other superfoods which are amazing: blue-green algae, chlorella, spirulina, green. Amazing foods. Basically, a superfood is a nutrient-dense food, which you put into your body, and it serves multi-platform, multicellular function within the body. So it is one of the best ways to feel super nourished from the inside out. And it is one of the ways to hydrate, give yourself nutrient-dense food, and to just get the punch, the power punch, the more, bad acronym, or whatever you call them, anachronisms, but get more bang for your buck. That's what I'm trying to say. So health secret number 2 for full body bliss in 2017 is lower your processed sugar and carb intake. I'm telling you, it is one of the best things you can do for your body, especially if you are dealing with high blood sugar, diabetes, any type of, glucose rush, blood sugar hike. If you don't even know, maybe you've never been diagnosed with high blood pressure or high sugar, blood sugar, or diabetes, it may be a sign when you get the itis. So that means if you eat your food and you get tired and you just want to asleep, that means there's something going on with your blood sugar. And the food that you're taking into your body is actually not the proper food for your body. And that means that you're eating food, it's making your blood sugar levels rise, and then quickly afterwards, crash. And that's when you want to, and don't do it. Which we often fall prey to taking a big nap, or just sitting at your desk after you've had lunch and deciding, I need another cup of coffee. This is when the sugar rush comes in. I need to have some sugar, because that's going to be the thing that's going to even make my blood sugar go even higher. So just being aware of the cycle that you put your body through, the negative cycle that can be played out when you're using processed sugar and carb loading, basically taking lots of carbs in, which is another form of food which is going to make your blood sugar rise. And really, it is something a lot of people are struggling with today. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that we are in this whole new epidemic only in the past decade or two of an increase in type 2 diabetes, which is non-hereditary diabetes. And it's so, I want to say it is so normalized. You go to a doctor, they give you some type of pill, and you think that you've solved it, but you continue to eat the way you want to eat. You're still eating sugar. No one's even telling you when you go to the doctor that you need to watch your nutritional intake and be aware of how your blood sugar is functioning in your body in combination with nutrition. And it is a crying shame, because I know so many people, especially women of color, especially men of color, that are really suffering. And then that type of suffering from type 2 diabetes can easily be cured through natural food. It really can. And unfortunately, the more you start taking the medications, the more you just think you can eat regular sugar. The more you eat regular sugar, the more you got to take the medication, and it becomes this vicious cycle until actually diabetes, type 2 diabetes, can then become not just an acute condition, but it can become a chronic condition, which then can start to cycle into other forms of disease, dis-ease in the body not being at ease, and that can then tie in with high blood sugar, the high blood sugar then ties in with high blood pressure, and that can cycle into the way the whole endocrine system is functioning. And with the whole function of the endocrine system is this complex layer of glands and structures, and the way nerves and messages are sent all throughout our metabolic system. And so that's when people that then start having problems with kidney function, and then that kidney function can then turn into chronic heart problems. So it's just one of the easiest ways that we can take care of our bodies is by being preventative in health, and preventative health is at your fingertips, and you know how. It is directly related to what you put into your mouth. Preventative health. You can prevent the BS from going into your mouth by being aware of lowering processed sugars, the amount of your intake of processed sugars and of carbs. You can do it. I know you can. Number 3, health secret number 3 to full body bliss in 2017 is eating breakfast. Is that blissful? I think it's amazing. And let me tell you why. Basically, when you eat breakfast, it helps normalize your blood sugar level, which we just talked about. And so with normalizing your blood sugar levels, it's very common for people to have 1 or 2 unnormal blood sugars levels first thing in the morning. Some people, especially if you're a late night binge eater, you overeat at night, you put too much sugar and carbs and things into your body and into your mouth. And at night, when your body should really be processing and taking the time to work on other metabolic functions, the body unfortunately has all this food that is in your belly and in your system. And rather than having the time to regulate other metabolic functions, it then is completely just working on digesting that food. So the other functions in the body don't happen the way that they need to. So it is really important. And basically what then happens in the morning is that you have a very high blood sugar level because your body is trying to regulate everything that's happening. That's one thing that could happen. Or first thing in the morning, if you are a on-the-go type of person and you eat a bunch of things that are good for you in the evening, it's very natural. Have a good night's sleep, wake up in the morning, you're super busy, and then you find you don't even think about it. Breakfast isn't your thing. You don't like breakfast. What are you talking about? Eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I eat when I get hungry later on in the day. Not eating breakfast. That's ridiculous. I used to be one of those people. And what I found is that my blood sugar level would be so low in the morning, it actually was feeding in to the chronic depression that I had. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel grounded. I was one of those people. It was very difficult for me to wake up in the morning, and it took hours for me to actually feel alive and like my spirit had returned to my body, because literally my blood sugar was just out of whack. My whole system was out of whack, and I wasn't giving myself the nutrients that I needed first thing in the morning. It was one of those, grab the cup of coffee, run out the door, and then just keep going until maybe I wouldn't eat until 2 in the afternoon. And that's ludicrous. That is so not kind and gentle to your body system. And really one of the best things that you can do for your body, for your gorgeous body temple, is to eat more often, eat more frequently in smaller portions, and in particular, eat breakfast. I think it is very normalized, especially for women, that we think that the more food we're going to put into our bodies, the fatter we're going to get. or we are in this chronic state of overstimulation, or in a chronic state of just undernourishment. And part of being undernourished is really not giving your body the self-love, the self-care, and the nutrients that it needs. Because there's so many things that are happening, as we talked about through this bit here of the 5 health secrets, is there's so many functions that are happening within the body simultaneously, and it's so important to make sure that you are giving your body nutrients to be able to fuel those many functions. So, you know, first thing in the morning, I think we get really trained, especially in the US culture, to have some sugary sweet cereal. And maybe you're like, I'm not a sugary sweet cereal person. Well, there's options. You could have, there's a lot of cultures that do these warm meals in the morning. Maybe you could do a warm quinoa, or for example, this morning I made this really delicious brown rice with some coconut milk and put some pecans on there and some cranberries and a lot of, you know, seeds and nuts and a little bit of honey, and so nourishing. And it actually wasn't like I was eating this huge bowl of warm porridge. That sounds gross. I was actually using the delicious brown rice with the coconut as the delivery system for all of the nuts and deliciousness, and even put a little bee pollen on there, the superfood bee pollen. Just taking the opportunity in some coconut oil, something else that's going to nourish and hydrate me from the inside out. See, look, the skin is glowing. That's from all the coconut oil I use on the inside and out. So just really using the opportunity to fuel yourself first thing in the morning. It's actually going to, whether you are trying to gain weight or whether you are trying to lose weight, eating breakfast is going to boost your metabolism and to increase your metabolic function and to make you feel at the tip top of your game. And especially if you're a person, the very first thing in the morning, you just grab the cup of coffee and glug it down. You know, you really want to think about, how is that fueling you? Not to mention it's dehydrating the crap out of you. Literally. It is not going to, it's doing nothing. It's good for your mood. It is, you know, there's lots of studies on how coffee is actually mood elevating, and 1 cup of coffee, sure. But make sure you're getting hydration and make sure you're getting nourishment along with that. So one of the biggest things that I believe in is just finding ways to give yourself love and to give yourself care. And it's really important to nurture yourself from the inside out. And one of the best ways that you can nurture yourself is with food and with the nutrition and the things that you put inside of your body. It's a really radical act. It is. Radical self-love is actually radical self-care. And that is part of just choosing to nourish yourself first before you go out in the world and you nourish a whole bunch of other people and take care of your job and kids pulling on your leg and all the different things that come along with being a human being in this life today. We have so many different ways that we are being, in so many different directions we're being pulled in. So it's really important to nourish yourself. Yes. And tip number 4, health secret number 4 for full body bliss is to move. Get moving. Get out of your mind and get into your body. This is one of the best things you could do this new year. There's got to be something that you're interested in. Maybe you don't like to go to the gym. I'm not saying you got to go to the gym. Who goes? I mean, some people go to the gym. Sometimes it's fun. If I like it, I go. If I don't care to. I think it's just finding something that you like to do and get moving, because this day and age, we are tethered to the hand phone. That is another appendage. It's basically like our third hand or something like that. Always walking around with it, and always in the screen, already on the screen. And really, we need to take opportunities to get out of the mind. If you're a person who you get the overactive mind late at night, you get the can't go to sleep because there's just one more thing you need to do on the social needs. That besides the constant flashing and bright screen in your face, which is affecting your circadian rhythm, which is your ability to sleep at night with the blue screen in your face, there also you are just creating a more anxious state of mind. And so an opportunity to get out of the mind is actually an opportunity to get into the body. And especially, I think we often forget, getting into the body is actually getting into the heart. And I'm not just talking in like a metaphorical, metaphysical woo-woo thing, but actually, yes, when you get out and you get moving and you get blood and nourishment and all these amazing functions pulsing through your body and through yourself, you get this energy going into your heart. So getting out of the mind and getting into the heart and getting into the body. This is one of the best times of year to get into your body. There are so many deals out there. I can't even tell you. Last year I discovered Groupon last year for the first time ever. And one of the things that I loved about it was the New Year's specials that are out there right now. If there's any gym, if there's any boxing class, if you want to go spelunking, if you want to go to a dance class, if you want to like join a hiking group, there's so many amazing deals right now where people are practically giving away fitness. And so I think one of the ways that I encourage people that I work with to get into their bodies is to explore what are your interests. Is there a time in your life where you were like, oh, well, one day I would love to take a dance class, or one day, I've always been fascinated by belly dancing, the beautiful sensual art, or, it would be great. I'd love to take a kickboxing class. That would be so great, but you can't do it. Not prioritizing your self-care is actually not prioritizing yourself. And if you don't prioritize yourself, no one else is going to prioritize yourself. So I think it's really crucial to take the opportunity to get started. Take the opportunity to find something that you love to do. Is there something you want to do? Well, look it up. Get out there. Go do it. Get off your freaking phone and get into the world. Meet some people. It doesn't matter. It's so interesting. We're in this day and age where you don't see somebody and then you see someone and they're like, oh, I saw that you were doing this and that. That's nice. It's nice that people are keeping up with the social media while they're at their job, and when they should be interacting with the real people in their life. But it's really important to have personal connection. And one of the best ways that we can break through feeling isolated in our lives is actually to surround ourselves with people, positive, beautiful people that want to also step away from the feeling of isolation that has been superimposed on us through technology, and really give yourself the opportunity to break the chain and step into a positive lifestyle. I'm going to add this as the plus 4.A point of this health secret, is surround yourself with positive people. It's really, really crucial. Energy is neither destroyed nor created. It is a law of relativity. Einstein did not just come up with this, he tested it. And part of the science of energy neither being destroyed nor created is the fact that, have you ever been around somebody who's a curmudgeon, who's just a grumpy face, and they have this way of, you go in there, you feel great, you're feeling energized, you just feel like your complete best, you know, you just start telling them about something you're super excited about, or maybe it's the, you know, this new dance class or this new kickboxing class that you're taking or something like that. You're so excited, you're telling the person, and then next thing you know, they're grumpy, negative, just complaining response, then seems to just literally siphon the life out of you, where maybe if it was something new that you were going to try, you decide that maybe you're not going to try it. Maybe it seems like a stupid idea, and maybe it wasn't going to be that so great afterwards, and maybe they're right. And actually what's happening in that interaction is this negative person that is at a low form of energy, in your positive state of being a positive person, because energy is neither destroyed nor created, they are literally siphoning the positivity and siphoning and bringing you down. And nobody wants to be brought down. There's enough of that going on in life, and especially in the challenges we are about to go into in this next 4 years, it's really crucial that we feel our best, that we nourish ourselves, that we support each other, and provide positive upliftment to ourselves first so that we can do that with others. And part of the support network of being in community is actually finding positive people that have like-minded views, and also just be positive, uplift each other. You know, it's really, really important. Empowerment is an inside job, and from the inside out, you have the ability to empower yourself. So choose, you know, don't fly. You can't fly with the chicken heads. You got to fly with the eagles. So, and in the last tip of 5 health secrets to full body bliss in 2017, it is to practice mindfulness, to practice conscious relaxation. Mindfulness is a big portion of learning to love yourself, learning to nourish yourself with good foods and with good things. And a big part of mindfulness is actually making sure that you are practicing habitually being aware in your body and being alive. So I'm just going to take a little moment here, and I want you to think about, do you practice stress in your body? Because it's a form of contemporary self-imposed violence on yourself when you're practicing stress. And I think a lot of people aren't even aware that they're walking around, like, gotta do this, gotta do that, just the got-tos, the I shoulds, that itty-bitty shitty committee that's just telling you, you're not doing this right, you're not doing, and it's a form of self-imposed violence when you're practicing that kind of stress in your life. So I want you to take a moment and think about, what is between me and the feeling of being at ease in my body, in your body. You know, and whatever that is, whatever is the thing that is between you and feeling at ease, is actually a form of demand that you are surrendering to, that is keeping you in a periodic state of habitual stress. Learning to pause periodically in the midst of activity really allows stress to shift from an automatic response of the nervous system to a state of relaxation. And you actually have the ability to change your cortisol response in the body. There's a very powerful function that is set up in this human body, and it's called the fight or flight response. And that fight or flight response is responsible for our cortisol levels, or the stress levels in our body. And it is a very powerful response. It was created long ago when we were cave dwelling men and women, and we were literally living outside, and at any point of the day in this shelterless environment, you could be chased. You could all of a sudden have a giant jaguar at your tail, and you would need to immediately switch out of being relaxed and switch into running for your life. And this fight or flight response is what kept us alive. It's hardwired into our nervous system. So it's very natural, especially today with our cell phones that are tweeting and twerting and alarming and, notifications and all these different things. We actually have this device in our hand which is signaling more response. And even the ability now that we can be reached any time of the day via email, we can be reached anytime by our workmates, our bosses, and have that ability to constantly feel stress. I gotta go, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And the lists that you constantly have of all the things you need to do, it is not just a conceptual thing, it actually becomes a automatic response of your nervous system that is telling your mind, body, your whole systems that there's something wrong and that you're doomed. So it's really important. Using mindfulness is the ability to take out the fight, flight, and freeze response in the body. So let us do a little practice to experience. I invite you, if you have the time right now, it's just going to be like 1 or 2 minutes, to take the opportunity to get out of this looping state of responding to stress. So I ask you to just arrive in the moment, arriving again, moment to moment, in this feeling of this life that's living through you. And just begin to think about settling into the seat where you are. If you're in a comfortable place, you can close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes. If you are in an extra comfortable place and you want to lay down, I invite you to do that. But first, just getting out of this tension and dissolving and untangling. By beginning to settle in this comfortable posture, you're just becoming alert, aware, and at the same time at ease. Come into this practice by taking a deep breath. Filling up your belly, filling up your chest, filling up your lungs. And now slowly releasing. Allowing yourself to relax and let go. And again, taking in another breath, filling the belly, the chest, the lungs. Slowly on the out breath, through pursed lips, release, relax, and let go. Now as the breath returns to its natural rhythm, sense as you're stepping into this mindfulness, the concept of relaxing on the inflow, and letting go on the outflow. Just being in your body, breathing. Your body system, your beautiful body just sitting here, noticing the contact points, the pressure points of your bottom on the chair, this secure connection as your feet are on the ground. Bring a relaxed focus and release the musculature around your eyes. Unhinging the jaw. Relax the root of your tongue. You might even sense a small smile at your lips. A smile that begins from the inside of the mouth. Let the shoulders go as ice dissolves into water, and the water dissolves into gas. Just imagining any sense of tightness in the body and the shoulders just dissolving from ice. Ice dissolves to water. Water dissolves to gas. And let your hands relax and soften. Noticing any sensation, any tingling, any pulsing, any warmth in the hands. Just letting your heart be open. Soften your chest and let go. Receive the next breath into your softened, relaxed belly. This breath. Now this breath. And this breath. Flowing in easy and relaxed into your pelvis region. Releasing any holding. Relaxing down your legs. Now just allowing your whole body to witness the sense of aliveness. Relaxing into this field of sensation. And if your attention is wandering, just notice how tension may have come back into your body. With your focus and with your mindfulness, you actually have the ability to release this tension consciously. Arrive again, moment to moment, feeling this life living through you. When you hear the sound of the bell, you can gently return, opening your eyes. Thinking about how you can bring this presence into your next activity today. Inviting yourself to step away from the habitual response in the body and moving mindfully into presence. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. If any of the things that I've talked and shared with you today are resonating with you, there's an amazing program, group program, that is coming up this year called the Health Orgasm. It's January 20th to February 10th, 2017. It is an amazing program based on a 21-day sugar detox, which will help you eat superfoods, lower your processed sugars and carb intake, boost your metabolism, practice mindfulness, and get out of your mind and moving and into your body. So if you'd like to find out more about this, I invite you to please check out the offering at www.afiyayana.com. That is the Health Orgasm Cleanse tab. Just click on that. And really excited. Got some people that are really committed to making some great changes for themselves in the new year. And had people who have been very successful. Had one client in the past who was dealing with some thyroid issues and had the amazing opportunity of pairing up with me and under the supervision of her doctor as well. She was dealing with hypothyroidism and was able to, by taking sugars and complex carbs out of her diet and moving more into natural foods and mindfulness, was able to cut some of her medications in half and start working on the path of healing that disease in particular naturally. So whether you have a desire to just live more in full body bliss, or whether you have a desire to be supported in a group and make some positive changes that you can carry not just now, but into the new year and beyond, I invite you to check out the Health Orgasm Cleanse at www.afiyayana.com. So again, thank you so much for joining today, and I'm so excited to talk to you again soon. And we'll be doing this seasonally, so you'll hear from me again. Lots of love, and go out there and see how you can bring this mindfulness practice into your day, especially if you're at work or it's a busy one. What is the opportunity that you can take to step out of the habitual stress response and step into living more blissfully, with more presence, and in full body bliss? Lots of love. Bye-bye.